everyone, Kaitlin Urka here with Regina King, the star of This Christmas, a brand new movie coming out. Thank you so much for being here, first of all.
Thanks for having me.
Talk to me about this film. You know, there are a lot of Christmas movies that come out around the holidays. What makes this particular movie different than maybe all those other Christmas movies?
I think this one is different because it's not so much comedic. There are many funny moments, don't get me wrong, but it truly does deal with family. And family is a universal thing. You know, it transcends all languages, religions. That's the one thing we can always relate to, money and family. And we have issues that we're dealing with in this movie that everybody is dealing with in their family. So I think that's what makes this one stand alone.
Did you grow up in a big family? Because this is lots of brothers and sisters. Was this something you could relate to? Did you have siblings growing up?
Yeah, I do have a younger sister, and I have two half-sisters. But in our household, it was just me and my younger sister that grew up together. I can't relate to the huge group of siblings, but my sister and I are best friends. We're very close to our mother, our grandmother, our cousins. So I do relate to the importance of being with your family.
It sounded like you had a blast making this film. You guys got to do a lot of dance scenes, and you got to be in 2 fight scenes.
Yeah.
And how fun was that for you?
You know, I have to be honest, everything that I do so far, knock on some wood, has been fun, enjoyable. I love to be able to be physical. That was one of the wonderful opportunities that I had in Miss Congeniality, too. So, yeah, it was fun. The entire movie was fun. It's hard to just isolate those scenes because I just enjoyed this entire cast. And when you see the movie, especially when you get to the last scene, you really believe that we liked each other. You know, so often you see movies and you're like, there's no way, they don't seem anything like brothers and sisters. But this movie, you really feel like these are the Whitfields, these are the people that live next door to you.
You started acting at the age 14, correct? So you've been doing this a long time. You have a number of great movies under your belt. You've worked with some amazing people. Does it ever get old?
So far, it hasn't, and I hope that it doesn't. I think when it does, that's when you lose some of the passion for whatever art medium you're in. So no, it hasn't gotten old.
So we're from the University of Michigan, so why should college students go out and see this film? I mean, there are tons of movies coming out. A lot of us are strapped for cash. Right. Why spend our money on this movie?
You need to spend your money on this movie because, one, we have Lauren London, who's playing a college student, and a lot of people can relate to being that student that you know you want to go to college, but you still just don't know quite what you want to do. And I remember being in college, and I always knew what I wanted to do. But I remember having friends feeling bad because they didn't know, they weren't really sincere about their major. So you have that element. Very, very funny movie. Very funny movie. That's the second thing. And as a college student, you do need that comic outlet, comedic moment. And just with the world being so frenetic right now, and especially college students feeling more pressure than I think anyone younger and anyone older, because so much lies on so much of our future as a nation lies on you. You're gonna see this movie and feel like you got a hug, and you know you need a hug. Like,
you've had an incredible career up to this point. You've been a part of some really great projects. Is there something that stood out in your mind? Something that you said, I did this?
You know, I kind of feel like that about most of the projects that I've done. I mean, obviously, you know, Boys in the Hood and Ray and Jerry Maguire were movies that kind of stand the test of time and really strike a chord with people who see them. So obviously those stand out. But I feel very grateful for all the projects that I've done, and I think that they differ. One character differs from the other, even if they're both wives. There's something different about them, and I try to approach them as honestly as possible so that any audience member that's watching never can say, that's not a real person, that can't happen. It's always important to me for someone to think, you know, that's just like my auntie Vivian, or, you know, that's just like my mom, or that's just like my sister, just like my daughter. I feel like it's my job as an artist to bring you an honest performance.